Asalamualiakum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nafisa. I make Islam and lifestyle videos, so if you're interested in that kind of content, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and join our family. So inshallah, in today's video I'm going to be speaking about how to attain integrity. Now, integrity happens to be a topic that I rarely hear about anymore these days. Like, that word is literally slowly dying out of the English dictionary. Like, who uses that word integrity? What does it even mean? So if you're interested to find out what it means, especially to us as Muslims, then please continue to watch this video. Integrity is the quality of having honesty as well as strong moral principles. So inshallah, I'm going to be explaining today's video using a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which I believe sort of encompasses and has a grounded view and understanding and also an explanation of what it means for us as Muslims to have integrity. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is known to have said to a man, "Guarantee me 6 things and I shall guarantee you paradise." And the first of these 6 things, which I am going to use to explain what it means to have integrity, is that he said to the man, when you speak, speak the truth. Honesty is an important quality of a believer, whether you're a man or a woman. Nowadays, lying is what is, what's trending. We're so used to lying, not even in the way we speak, but in the way we act and interact with one another. We even teach our children to lie, right? If someone calls you, you don't want to speak to them, you just say to your child, tell them I'm not at home. But you know well that you're at home, right? And it's so sad because those children grow up to be people who also tell lies, and it's not really seen as anything. It's just, there's no big deal, what's going to happen. But there is a big deal, because we have to remember as believers, there is an angel on our left and an angel on our right, writing down absolutely everything that we are saying and that we are doing. And whenever we speak a lie, that is a sin that is written down for us, a black spot that is placed in our hearts. Now, I know that sometimes some of us can be so brutally honest that we don't even mince our words, right? And I think it's really, really important as Muslims that we always consider the words that we use when it comes to also telling the truth, because behind the truth or the points that you're trying to put across is a human being. And often the Muslim ummah always gets bashed because it's always like, other people always judging me, and they might be telling you the truth, but the way it comes across, it feels very much judgmental, and it feels very much like someone up here looking down on me. And this is an area that I think us Muslims can definitely work at. So when it comes to speaking the truth or telling the truth to your fellow brothers and sisters, or even just people in general, always remember that there is a human being behind that truth that you're saying. Now, that's not to say that you need to sugarcoat the truth or you need to lie about it in some kind of a way. No, tell the truth, but just think about the words that you're using very, very carefully. The second point that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, made in this hadith is that he said, keep your promise. It's so important in Islam to keep your promise. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that the promise will be questioned about. Guys, it's no joke, and actually breaking your promise is actually one of the major sins in Islam. So when you're making a promise to someone, think very carefully about whether or not you can actually fulfill this promise, because fulfilling a promise is a major deed in Islam, and breaking it is also a major sin in Islam. We have to try our best to keep to our promises. Of course, sometimes certain things happen out of our own control, which may lead you not to be able to fulfill that promise. But if you have made a promise to the best of your ability, you have to stick to that promise, and you have to make sure that you try your best to fulfill that promise, because as I've said before, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will question us about the promises that we have made on the day of judgment. It is literally no joke, guys. Like, we just promise things here and there and we don't do it, and we think it's a joke, but honestly it's really not a joke. Try your best not to die except in a state that you have fulfilled every single promise that you have made to anybody before. And of course, this does not involve committing a sin. If you've promised someone that you're going to go to the club with them tomorrow, and then suddenly you say you're not going, no, you don't have to go to the club because going to the club is haram, okay? I'm talking about the halal things in here. The third advice that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave to this man is that when you are trusted with something, fulfill your trust. Honestly, guys, of course, this lends a hand to the whole promise situation that I was speaking about before. but trust in general is so important. And we have the best of examples in the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He was known as the Al-Amin, you know, the one who is trustworthy. Even before revelation started to come to him, people could bring their wealth and other things to him and say, you know what, look after this for us. And although he was a poor man and he didn't have much, they knew that at any given point they could come back and ask for their wealth and he would literally hand it over to them. You know, he was trusted that much, and trust is so important. I have this saying that I always say, it takes a lifetime to build a trust, but just 1 second to break it. It's really sad that nowadays the media portrays us to be people who cannot be trusted. And one thing I would say is that what the media portrays us to be is one thing, what we show other people that we are is another thing. That is one of the ways in which we can really fight for ourselves and stand up for ourselves to show people who we truly are as Muslims. If we ourselves demonstrate these qualities, right, the quality of being trustworthy, that other people can trust us no matter what. The fourth advice which the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave to this man is guard your chastity. It is so important for us to be able to guard our chastity, and I know that we live in times where it's never been even harder to guard your chastity. Like, it's so hard nowadays to try and do that, but you have to do that. You literally have to do that. We have to make sure that as Muslims we know that the only time where it's okay for us to you know, express sexual relationships is within marriage, and that's just how it is. Some people may like that, some people may not. It doesn't matter. As Muslims, that is just the foundation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put down for us, and we have to stick to it. And there is a hadith by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he said that one of the things in which leads people to enter into hell the most is that they did not guard their chastity. Zina is no joke, and anything that leads to it we have to just stay far and clear of. And of course, being someone who is chaste means that you're a person of integrity, especially for us women. I can give you the example of Maryam, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon her. Mary, people knew she was a woman of integrity because she was not the kind of woman who would go around sleeping with just anything. You know, she was a virgin, so she had that integrity within her. And so we always have examples within our religion to always look at and just honestly just see how Allah honored people who maintain their integrity and who maintain their chastity and honesty and all of these characteristics that I've been speaking about before. So, leading on to the point of being chaste is that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said to the man, lower your gaze. We've heard it all before, we've heard it a gazillion times. We've seen the verses in the Quran when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity, and for the women to lower their gaze and guard their chastity. Honestly, it really does help you to protect you from all the nonsense that is out there when you try to lower your gaze and when you try to protect your chastity. Okay, so inshallah, I know none of us are perfect. I know we're exposed to so many things out there, but let's just make an effort. Let's just make a bit of an effort to try and observe some of these things, because honestly, that is what is going to lead us to Jannah. And so we're not only going to gain the benefits of this life, of having integrity in this life, or being known as people who have integrity, but actually also gaining the benefits of attaining Jannah to Firdaus. The sixth advice which the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave is prevent your hands from harming others. It is so important for us Muslims to always remember this, that whether a person is a Muslim or whether a person is not a Muslim, if you harm someone and they do not forgive you, on the day of judgment they have a right to come to you and take of your good deeds, or take their good deeds will be added onto yours. And honestly guys, we struggle enough as Muslims on this earth. Like, this world is like hell for the believer and heaven for the disbeliever. We struggle enough on this earth as Muslims. We don't need any other person coming up to us on the day of judgment to try and come and rob us of our good deeds, or try to add their bad deeds onto us. But we have to remember this, and this does not just only go for your Muslims brothers and sisters, like don't hurt your Muslim brothers and sisters, but no, it goes for just any human being in general. Like, life is very sacred in Islam. Like, Islam means peace. We have to demonstrate and show that it means peace, and we have to try avoid at all costs harming absolutely anyone, and not just physically harming people, but also harming people with our words, harming people with our actions, right? We have to avoid it at any cost, because honestly, taking the rights of others or harming others is darkness on the day of judgment, and we don't want to come with darkness. We want to come with as much light as possible, so we cross that sirat like lightning, literally. Nobody wants to be like hopping and popping, and then 1 minute lights goes on, the next minute it's off. No, we don't want to be like that. We want to be straight into that Jannah, right? When we cross that sirat, and we want to have all that light, and the light, all that nur, is going to come from us trying our best to maintain our deen and trying our best to make sure that we do not harm others. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us a people of integrity, that when others look at us, they can see these qualities in us, and that in and of itself drives them towards the deen. You know, sometimes giving dawah is not always just going around saying this is haram, this is halal, this is haram, this is halal. You know, we everyday people, we can give dawah by our actions and by actually demonstrating Islam in the best way possible. Inshallah ta'ala, I pray that you have all enjoyed this video and that you have learned a thing or two. If you definitely have, as per usual, make sure you give me a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video, and leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Which one of these characteristics do you feel like you can apply more so in your life? For me, I would say keeping my promises is definitely one that I think I could still work on, because sometimes I say I'm going to do stuff and then I forget. I always try to remind myself of that verse in the Quran that Allah will question us about promises. So that's definitely one that I want to work on. But yeah, let me know which one you want to work on, you know. And if there is anything else that you would like to add as advice for this video, definitely make sure you leave it in the comment section down below. Jazakallah khair for watching this video, guys. Inshallah ta'ala, I will see you all in my next video. Assalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.